Hello and welcome. You're watching Next IAS English. Today I have a bit of a bad throat, so please excuse the voice, but the preparation shouldn't stop. So here we are with another topic, which is today we are going to discuss a very important topic for both prelims as well as mains, a cyclone which is forming in the Bay of Bengal along with its geographical relevance, impact area and strategic locations like the Strait of Malacca. So let's quickly understand what this cyclone is. The name of the cyclone is Cyclone Senyar. But before we get into the topic, let us first understand the UPSC relevance of the topic. So let us understand why it is important for civil services. It is completely linked with GS paper 1, which is geography, because there are sections on climatology, cyclone formation, important geographical areas, features like Andaman Sea and the Strait of Malacca as well, and again very important for GS paper 3, which is disaster management. Why it becomes important? Because there is a perspective of disaster management, how early warnings are given, what steps government should take for such what preparedness measures, IMD advisories, and how communities are being protected. Now this topic also gives you a solid prelims fodder because questions on cyclone naming, rotation patterns, condition for cyclone formation, important straits and locations like Strait of Malacca. And in mains also you can be asked to analyze the behavior of cyclones over Bay of Bengal or evaluate India's preparedness for it. So this single topic covers prelims as well as mains plus disaster management as well. That is why it is very important and relevant. Moving forward, let us talk about formation and atmospheric conditions. Now let us understand how is the formation and the atmospheric conditions right now. So let's break down how Cyclone Senyar is actually forming, and the initial trigger was a low pressure zone which is over the South Andaman Sea and the Strait of Malacca. Remember, warm sea surface temperature about 27 degrees Celsius as fuel for any tropical cyclone, adds fuel. Because the earth rotates, the Coriolis force gives this system a spin. Without Coriolis force, no cyclone can form. Also in the upper atmosphere, there must be a divergence, meaning the air should be spreading out. Now this allows the air below to rise and intensify. That is how cyclone is formed. And finally, there must be a pre-existing disturbance also. All these conditions were present, so the system started strengthening into a cyclone. Moving forward, let us talk about the role and importance of Strait of Malacca. Now let us understand why the Strait of Malacca is important and what is the role of Strait of Malacca. The Strait of Malacca plays a key geographical and climatic role. Now this narrow passage between the Andaman Sea of the Indian Ocean and the South China Sea of the Pacific Ocean, it is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. Okay, and so any weather system forming here affects international trade, including India's trade as well. Now the region has warm waters and monsoon influence, creating ideal conditions for cyclonic circulations. Now in this case, the IMD even noted a cyclonic swirl around 5.8 kilometer altitude. So understanding this strait is not only geographic knowledge but also linked to cyclone behavior as well. Moving forward, let us understand about the movement and development over the Bay of Bengal. So once the system left the Malacca region, it began traveling towards the Bay of Bengal region, where the water is even warmer. So the Bay of Bengal is also known for producing stronger cyclones because it receives continuous moisture inflow from the Andaman Sea, and that is again why it boosted the intensification of the cyclone. If conditions remain favorable, low wind shear, warm water and divergence aloft, the depression turns into a deep depression and then into a cyclone itself. IMD's models show that this system has the potential for rapid intensification, which means it can strengthen quickly within a very short period of time. This is why tracking the movement of such systems is crucial for disaster response. Okay, and let's move forward and talk about the expected impact on Indian states. Now, which Indian states will be impacted? Let us discuss that, the real world impact. So, heavy rainfall is likely to occur in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Yanam and Lakshadweep. So Tamil Nadu's delta districts are under an orange alert, which means intense rain and strong winds can happen there, and coastal Andhra Pradesh and Yanam may see very heavy rain on 30th November. So please stay inside. So authorities have also taken several precautionary steps. Fishermen have been restricted from entering the sea due to high waves and rough sea conditions. State governments have also done some things that they have also been told to stay alert, monitor water logging and keep evacuation plans ready if required. Moving forward, let us talk about the naming and cyclone bases. Now, Cyclone Senyar gets its name from the UAE, and the meaning of Senyar is lion. Okay, now this is given by UAE, as I've already mentioned. The names are given under WMOESCAP partnership to make communication easy during emergencies. And the word cyclone comes from Greek cyclo, meaning a coil or spiral. If you look at satellite images of cyclone, you will see a swirl pattern that resembles that. And in the northern hemisphere, cyclones rotate anti-clockwise. In the southern hemisphere, they rotate clockwise. Do you remember this? It becomes very important. And also remember, cyclones never form on the equator because the Coriolis force is 0 on the equator. These basics are extremely important for UPSC prelims. So you need to remember all these basics. Okay, remember this point. Moving forward, which is the last thing that we are going to discuss for today, which is an MCQ or the practice question. I think we have already discussed this question in the video. So let us see who was listening attentively. The question is, Strait of Malacca connects which two water bodies? As I have already mentioned, Strait of Malacca is very important, and it connects which two water bodies? A. Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. B. Andaman Sea and South China Sea. C. Red Sea and Mediterranean Sea. D. Caspian Sea and Black Sea. Do tell the answer in the comment section below, and let's see who was listening attentively. We have covered this topic multi-dimensionally, and that is it for today. I will see you in another deep dive video. Until then, bye-bye. Take care.